All right, there we are live on YouTube. Welcome, Revoying Stills.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? What's happening? This is Dwayne Stills. We're Dwayne Stills from Miracles Everywhere. Miracles Everywhere. This is ACIM Gather. Us ACIM Gather. And today we're reading from the Christ Mind, from the Christ Mind. It's a heck of a book. I'm enjoying it very much. It's being read by, I'm not sure the guy's name who's doing it, but he's a very good reader. So sit back, relax, have yourself a cup of coffee or some wine or whatever it is you do to relax. And we'll give it a read. We'll read with Lynn Johnson. It's me and Lynn, and we enjoy reading together, and I think you'll enjoy it. So here we go. Lynn, are you ready?
Yeah, let's see if I
So
get
I was a
the.
little late today, so if you came in before, sorry, I was my bad, my bad. That's really late.
Yeah, it's all perfect. You know
Yeah.
what? They gave me a chance to answer a couple of voicemails, emails, and so
Okay. Good.
always something. All right, so we're reading from The Christ Mind by Darrow Morley Price, and let's see where we left off.
More happiness, isn't it? Pleasure start. Oh, the arrival of truth. That's what too.
Chapter 2 The Arrival of Truth. Truth cannot come into a mind filled with thoughts that contradict or attack it. The ego's thought system is based on the denial of truth. It attempts to substitute falsity for truth, fear for love, and separation for oneness. As long as you are driven by the movement of ego-based thought, you will not be attracted to truth. There are but two systems of thought, one true and one false. When falsity is preferred, is truth absent. If you but recognized the cost to you in suffering of allegiance to the ego, you would raise to question all that you now believe. Your beliefs and perception based on belief bring about your experience. Perception and belief literally construct the world you see and determine your experience of it. You see what you believe, and you believe what you want to believe. It is there because you want it to be there. Yet is this forgotten, absent from awareness, and so it must be if you are to impute reality and independence to the world you see. This picture of reality could not be long maintained unless you forgot your role in making it.
All right, I just wanted to stop right there because this is really what the Course in Miracles is telling us all the time. The world you see is a projection of your inner thinking. So, um, we look at it and say, no, it's happening to me, and not happening through me or by me, but it's just happening. And I'm the one who's giving the meaning to it. So when I'm the one that's saying this is right or wrong, or this is good or bad, or this is hurting people, or this is helping people, I don't even know because I'm the one that's making up the story of it. So,
Cool. Yeah. So, the choice we have really is what story we want to tell ourselves. We see a story where we're fighting reality all the time, or or we are feeling reality. A dream where we're going to be fighting and competing and taking, or we're living in the reality where we're giving and we're caring and we're loving. And then the dreams will follow. I mean, we're not gonna wake up from the dream. It's not really we don't do that. We can't do that. So we go from dream to dream to dream to dream to dream. But the way we can't we have to allow ourselves to have a dream we have a all dreams are traps. They're all traps. Even the good dreams are trapped. You know. But the key is to pick a trap that's more fun. You know.
Yeah.
Until eventually you wake up from the trap. But the thing is, we've been woken from that. We're waiting to be woken up from it by God, by by oneness. But until then, we have to pick this. There is a hierarchy almost here. That's where we want to get to the better dream. And we don't do that through struggles. You get to the better place by doing less. You,
Excellent. Yes.
you get to the feeling dream by realizing that there's less here. But there's still something here to deal with, because otherwise you won't there's no conversation here. You know. So we have to deal with the dream by realizing, all right, if I'm gonna get up this morning, I'm gonna get up and be angry today, or I'm gonna be happy with the day. And there's two choices. There's always two choices. Always A or B.
Yeah.
There's always A or
And
B.
and the reality is there anything you can do to change it one way or the other?
No, no, no. You can once you choose A, then A is already figured out for you.
Yeah.
A there is like this example I heard was you're going to do a movie. You choose the movie theater, but you can't choose the movie. I mean, you can't choose. The movie's already written. You can choose the movie you want to be in. You can't, the movie's already written.
Right.
Hold on. What?
Yeah. And once,
Uh,
when we stop looking at it and
hold on,
say,
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right.
yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, absolutely.
Tell her I'm on the air till 2. She knows that. She's forgot.
Who is that? Is that your daughter?
Yeah, yeah, my daughter. She said she wanted. She said something to tell me. Um. All right.
Tell her she's
Yeah,
adorable.
what were we saying?
I said, tell her she's adorable.
No, no. What were you saying for that?
Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, so what was I was saying before that is that um, it's all depend on how I want to look at it. And you see it in the world all around you. You see the same situation is happening. Say for instance, there's a war somewhere, and there are some people that are saying, oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened. And then there are other people that are saying, yes, it's justified. We need to do it. It's perfect. It's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
just two different points of view.
No, you're right.
And neither one of them can understand the other one's point of view. And
Mm,
if you could just see that it all comes from the same need, we have a need to feel safe.
no, you're right.
And, my definition of safety is, go bomb those a-holes. And your definition of safety is, keep the bombs here and let's send food instead.
Yeah.
And so, and everybody's going to say, well, I want to be the good person. They're all good people. It's all good things.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
You're right. I get you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about like, World War II. And, there was, how do we get involved in, going over to Europe and fighting with the European countries against the Nazis? You know, there were a lot of people in America that said, hey, who cares about those Nazis? Let's keep our money here and not send our soldiers over. And in the end, who won the war is who makes the history and says, "Oh, it's a good thing we got rid of all those Nazis." If we'd have lost the war, it would be a different kind of history. But it was the same exact thing that was happening. So that's, I think what he's saying here, you wouldn't be able to uh, keep this same picture of reality unless you understood that you're the one who's telling it what you want, making it up.
Right.
So
Right. Right. Mhm. You're the one that, from your perspective, from your point of view, you're the one who's receiving the information, so to speak.
yeah,
You're the one who's projecting. And then you worship the projections. You project it out there, and then you worship the projection. And you worship it, and you want, and so so when you worship the projection, you narrow yourself down to that particular avenue of living,
Yep,
and you think anything that comes into contact with you is against you because you worship only one part of creation. So if I'm worshiping this part of creation, where I'm on a narrow road, because realizing the whole thing is part of me. Then when other parts of me come in on me, I'm gonna see those as enemies, and I'm gonna fight.
that's right.
Instead of just realizing that these parts of me, these are parts of me that are coming in on me. And I'm just ignoring and thinking that only this part of me is me. Only this part of me is me. That guy is not a part of me. That they're not a part of me. They're not a part of me. Only these people are a part of me. So whenever somebody else walks around and gets near me, that person's an enemy because they're coming from, you know what I mean?
Yep, they're
So
breathing my air.
everyone's an enemy because they're breathing my air. When all they're doing is his air too. It's her air also. So
Yep,
everyone's a party. So and it's hard now because we're humans.
yeah.
We like to we want to screw things up with the horror movies, and we like to compete. And it's what we do.
That's right. And we base it on the scarcity principle. So if, for instance, you were in a submarine and there was only so much air, then yeah, you would be thinking, oh, they shouldn't be breathing my air. But out here in the world, you never think about that at all. Or, if you were lived in a place where there was food everywhere and everything was, lush and wonderful, you wouldn't be saying, oh, don't take that food because it belongs to me or I want to keep it when there's food everywhere that nothing to. So it's that scarcity principle that comes up that makes me think that I'm going to lose something if I don't hold on to it or take it
Right.
from you.
So, right.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Crazy, crazy stuff.
Yep. All right, let's listen to some more.
Belief in guilt. The belief in guilt, sin, and attack holds this world together in your mind, giving it its appeal. Unless the world provided you with something that has value to you, you would cease to maintain it. What value does it have? The world as you see it provides you with scapegoats, with people and situations onto whom you can project guilt, blame, and punishment. The deep guilt that lives in your mind and the need to punish that guilt is an intolerable burden that must find release. Yet the ego cannot allow guilt to be totally healed, for its existence depends on it. Its solution is to project guilt and the need to attack, to punish onto the world, onto your brothers. The inner tension is thus temporarily lessened and made tolerable, yet never is it completely healed. Thereby is the belief in guilt and attack strengthened. Guilt is either true or false. It cannot be both. To see guilt anywhere in anyone for any reason is to make it real. How you see your brother is how you see yourself. What you see as real in your brother, you will see in yourself. This is a law of mind that is always in effect, even in the world of illusion. To project your sense of guilt onto your brother and to condemn him for it, which is to attack him, will never rid your mind of the guilt you carry. To see guilt anywhere is to confirm it in your mind and thus condemn yourself to further suffering. Fear always accompanies guilt, and suffering is the inevitable result. The end of suffering is the end of guilt. Only the guilty suffer, for only they have need of it. Innocence demands nothing of anyone, but rather wills only to give. All it sees are worthy of the gifts it gives, for it sees only itself everywhere and in everything. The innocent cannot suffer or condemn. They know not fear, and so love is all they have to give. Those who know love only need not fear. For them the world has become a happy place ruled by love. Everywhere they look, they see only the face of innocence. Holiness and innocence are the qualities of the capital S Self, the Christ, the one Spirit that is the truth of all. Where its face is seen, love has returned to bless the world, freed from fear, and under its gentle gaze are all forgiven and returned to the kingdom of God. Guilt demands vengeance to be paid in blood and suffering. The guilty see no one as innocent, for to do so would deny the fundamental, alleged truth on which their world is based. They see a guilty world in which every hand is raised against them, and everywhere attack lies in wait. The face of friendship but conceals the desire to condemn, for no one can be trusted. The guilty have no friends, only temporary alliances entered into for specific purposes. Their shifting and unstable goals make them all the more untrustworthy, and nowhere can safety and security be found. The guilty cannot be trusted, for their guilt has driven them mad, and madness is treacherous to all. Such is the bleak picture those who believe in guilt have constructed to represent the world wherein they live. And everyone is waiting to do to them what they think they have done to their brothers. Vengeance given and received makes love impossible. Where love is not, fear rules, bringing pain and misery to all. Is this what you want to be true? A life marked by fear and pain, where you are alone in a friendless world? It is only your belief in and defense of guilt that condemns you to such a world. If you are willing to leave guilt behind, to forgive the world for what never occurred, to extend the hand of friendship to your brother, you will be shown a world where mercy rules and kindness is given to all. To
Hey,
forgive or to condemn as
Okay, hang
guilty
on.
is
yeah,
a choice you are continuously called upon to make.
Yeah, all right.
yeah. I'm just thinking the interesting thing about this is that it's almost impossible for most of us to imagine total innocence. You know, guilt is so ingrained. I mean, we can imagine it briefly. I can imagine myself. I've never done anything wrong. No, I'm totally. And then, but to imagine, and then you imagine what it would be like if a life where all the guilt that I have, any guilt that I may have, or any ounce of it, is just gone, and I'm walking around in a sense of I'm just totally free of anything, of any problems, because all your problems come from the fact that you think you're in trouble, or you think you might get in trouble, you're a bad person, or so and so doesn't approve of you, or you feel insecure, and all that comes from a sense of just something's wrong with you, some sort of dysfunctionality of you, and you would care about that unless you thought you were bad, you'd be punished for it.
That's right.
Why would you not be? Why would you? If you're not going to be in trouble for it, so what then? So, would you fix yourself? If you can fix yourself, so what?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's like nobody really care if you're heavy. It's just health reasons or you disapprove, just for approval purposes. That would be the reason why you care. You know what I mean?
right.
You wouldn't care if you just didn't care. If you
Right.
don't care about what
Yeah,
people think, you know what I mean? If,
exactly.
so, if you don't care, you don't care. And so that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get to the hootless place when you just don't care. And when you don't care, it's just, hey, I'm innocent. I don't care if I'm 18,000 pounds and I'm walking like a fool and I'm sick of diseases. I'm innocent of anything. So this is just a belief that happens to be here. And I'm going to let it go eventually. Not today, tomorrow. The next day, tomorrow, the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm not,
Well,
and I don't care. And you could look at me and say, I think you're an idiot. And I think that's okay, cool. I just disagree. That's all. Maybe I'm an idiot.
yeah.
So I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot for God. Okay, see ya. Good enough for me. I don't really care. And if you get, but the thing is, I do care sometimes, and that's what makes me human. That's why I'm here. I am here because I care too much. We're all here because we care too much.
Well, and we have opinions about things.
Right.
But when you think about it, um, all of those ideas, if I don't look at another person and accuse them of being that way, then
Right.
I don't notice it in myself.
Right.
And I have been noticing that a lot lately. Speaking of being overweight, now I gained a lot of weight when I've been sick this last time, because I was taking a bunch of steroids, and
Uh,
those will make you just puff up like a puffer fish, man. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
At one point, I was gaining a pound a day,
Wow.
gaining a pound a day because of
Six,
these
10 pounds a
steroids.
week. 7 pounds a week. It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah. It's crazy. And so but what I noticed is that because I look a lot on social media, and I'm always looking at like TikTok, you know that. A lot of my favorite creators on TikTok, are larger people, and they're so cute. They're just adorable, and I just love them, and they're so not ashamed of their bodies, and they're out there showing you, this is how I put on my swimsuit when my belly's hanging down to my knees, and this is how this looks, and they're like unashamed of themselves, and just being there. And
exactly.
when I look at that, then I look at my own self, and I'm like, you know what, who cares?
That's
I
the thing.
Who
That's the
cares?
thing. Yeah. My daughter's like that a lot. I mean, Juliet, she's just, body image is not something you should ever be worried about. I mean, she's right. I mean, the other thing, we wear clothes for other people.
Yeah,
For other people. We walk for other people. We
right,
we eat for other people. We're social animals. We can't help it. And to a certain degree, sometimes I give into it. And I give into it on purpose, and it's not a bad thing. For instance, when we got married, I said to Lisa, we were trying to figure out when we're going to get married. I said, "Look, let's do this for everyone else. We already know we're going to be married. We're married in the heart already. We don't need this wedding to marry us.
right,
So we want to do this because we're doing this for the public. That's why we're doing it. We're declaring to the public that we're married. So this is for the public.
yeah,
So when we did that, okay, fine. Look at this small wedding, 75 to 100 people at most. It was on a Sunday morning, and the whole thing was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And they loved it. Everyone was, oh, why is it great? We had breakfast, brunch, and we were on. And we had a small service, inside the study of the minister. You know what I mean? That was it. And it was beautiful. And it was we didn't say, oh, this is for us. This is for us. No one else should. Their opinions don't matter, and we didn't care. Now, in that sense, it was good. It was good. It took the pressure off us.
right.
And put it on. In a sense, we did that for ourselves. As in a sense, we did that for ourselves. So it loosened things up. So sometimes it still works. In a sense, you're sacrificing yourself for others. So the wedding, and I was doing a wedding for her. So and we're still in a place where sometimes you're sort of stuck and you do things for other people. And so, and then we're still. It's similar to how we have to dream our way out of here, dream to dream, dream, dream to dream. Sometimes you can move around and maneuver yourself inside another context. So, similar to that one. Make sense?
It makes total sense. Yeah. Yeah. And it's all because of love.
Yeah,
Whatever we
exactly.
do, if we do it because of love, like, yeah, for of course, if your family, was, oh my gosh, we want to be there for your wedding, or whatever, then yeah, out of love, maybe you would do something that you would normally do.
Yeah,
Um,
it was yeah. It was for us. We wanted to have a good nice wedding. We took that into account, but it was doing for them. That's why we do the wedding. It was for everybody.
right. So everybody can come.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
yeah,
If we wanted to just do it for us to have a beautiful wedding just for us, we would have just invited ourselves and a couple of our friends. But we wanted to do it for all. We did 750 to 100 people were coming. We had short wedding. People like shorter weddings usually.
yeah,
So they like to eat and to get out of there. So, and then long weddings usually poor people. I know I like shorter weddings. So essentially what we did was, what would we like, and how can we share what we like with everyone else, as opposed to saying what we like, we care only what we like. And the truth is, if you did that all the time with everything, I think things would be better. If you received pleasure for the sake of sharing and sh- and sharing it outwards all the time, that's how you get along with people.
exactly.
If you receive the pleasures that you want, it should be what you want, though. That's fine. You should. That's just, I guess that's the difference. I think. If I go to you, if I say to you, Lynn, what do you want for your birthday, or what do you want for a present or a gift? And you tell me I want I don't know, a space heater, right? And I get you a space heater. Or I go, what do you want? Or I go out and I said, what I want for a birthday, and I get that, or what do I think she would want, and I get what I want to get because I enjoy shopping for her, and I go and get it for her, but I get but it's for her. So I'm receiving pleasure in doing of it, but I'm doing it for her.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm receiving pleasure for the person.
right.
So it's going right through me to the person.
Absolutely. And I
So
mean,
everyone
that's
receives
the only
pleasure.
way you can have real pleasure
Right.
is by
Because you're sharing.
sharing. Yeah,
It's like light. You have that light needs to be shining to be light.
that's right. Yeah.
Whatever.
And it's the same thing as, I mean, A Course in Miracles basically says all that, you
Yeah.
know.
Of course, I'm sure I got it
Yeah.
from.
Oh, okay. I see you cheated.
I cheated, yeah. What do you think? Where do you think I got it from? I mean, maybe here too, but yeah, I looked at the answers. So.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, good.
And that's all right because you know what? The point is that you got the right answers,
Yeah, good.
whether you got them out of the book or off of your
In
neighbor's
there.
paper,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, exactly. Or my arms for laying around.
wherever. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, let's see. Okay, you want to go on? Let us go on with this beautiful reading.
Every day, in many different forms.
Let's see.
Is this what you
Oh,
want to be
that's
true?
okay. We'll listen to this again.
A life marked by fear and pain, where you are alone in a friendless world? It is only your belief in and defense of guilt that condemns you to such a world. If you are willing to leave guilt behind, to forgive the world for what never occurred, to extend the hand of friendship to your brother, you will be shown a world where mercy rules and kindness is given to all. To forgive or to condemn as guilty is a choice you are continuously called upon to make. Every day, in many different forms, under apparently different and widely varying circumstances, you are given the opportunity to choose the kind of world you want to inhabit. Forgive, and love itself will rise to greet you. Peace and joy will accompany you and quicken you on your journey home. Refuse to forgive, defend the vision of guilt, and you will suffer the bitter consequences of a life lived under a cloud of vengeance, where you will strike down or be struck down, and the pain of self-betrayal will darken all your days.
And Lynn,
Could such a choice be difficult to make?
in the last paragraph, it said, you choose the kind of world you want to inhabit. That's what I was saying before. We choose the dream we want to live in. And we keep on, which every day you get up and you make that choice. Do I want to live in a forgiving dream or I want to live in a unforgiving dream? And then we let go and let God, the Holy Spirit take care of the rest. So what dream? And if you want to be specific about it, I guess you can. I want to dream today to be about me getting that job. And then you let go. That's fine. It's dream after dream after dream. And because the world is set up that way. I mean, if you become lucid in the dream at night, what do? You see where you are. What is necessary? What am I going to do next to have fun? You don't sit down and read, to the library and read books about what I should do next, and stay home and watch TV and think about things. You know what you have to do. You do it. You have fun. What's happening here? It's not a dream. It's the same thing as nighttime dream, but it's just longer. So we should do the same thing. We get lucid here. We go out have fun. Have a fun, feeling, joyous dream. And just do what you want to do. You want to get in the car and ride fast with the roof down, and get in that car and ride fast with the roof down. Be safe. That's all. I mean, none of us want to leave the party. Too young. Make sense? That's all.
That I was muted. I'm sorry. As you
Mm.
were talking, I
Mm.
was thinking about the movie that we all love, Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And that to him, that was like a big long dream to him.
Yeah.
And he kept waking up into the same dream over and over. He'd be dream the same dream, wake up in the same dream, but he changed things around. In the one dream, yeah, when you were talking about going out and driving fast in the car, he had those guys and they're like, wrecking the car, and
Yeah.
wake up the next morning, the same thing.
Mm.
The old man that died, every day he tried everything he could to try to save that man's life. But every day that man died,
Yeah.
because that was his role
That's what he
in the
did.
dream.
Yeah.
No matter what the character did to try to change things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it
Yeah,
makes no
they had a great
sense.
Twilight Zone about that. A great Twilight Zone. I should play it one day. I mean, I might have played it here one day. I might have played it here once. Or it was about a guy who he was in a card game with rich people, and then he left, and the guy who he takes the coats gave him his coat. He goes, "Thank you, John," or thank you, Johnny," whatever his name was. He goes, "You're welcome, sir." And he walks out, and he was suddenly in the time of Lincoln.
Wow.
He walks into the past. John Jeffrey Pearson. He's a man who walks into the past. Whatever. And so he found out that oh my God, this 2 days before he gets shot. So he's just telling everyone, don't go to don't go to the theater, don't go to the theater. He's gonna be shot. He's gonna be shot. He's gonna be shot. And no one believed him. So sure. And they put him in jail or put a drunk tank. He's drunk, throwing him. Just one guy believed him. And that guy tried to stop him from going, so that everyone was called security, had the cops out. Nothing happened though. He died and he got shot at anyhow.
Right.
But that guy who believed him became security chief. And his ancestors, his descendants, became really, really wealthy. And I think when we went back into the present, the guy who was giving him the coats was only playing cards. And when he came in, he goes, What are you doing? He goes, weren't you the guy who you quote? He goes, "Real man, I father, his father's father, his father's father. There was one time, and he had a whole story about how he got rich by this guy who was almost saved Lincoln. And then
Wow.
our son comes on and goes, some things can be changed and some things can be changed. He's a point. It was excellent. I was like, whoa. So he could change Lincoln, but he changed this guy's fate completely from quote guy to rich guy.
Wow.
Well, the small little thing changed, but Lincoln he could change. Too big,
Right.
too big.
Interesting. No, you never showed. We never did that when you were doing
No, no,
Dwight.
I played that one day. This is a good
I would
one.
remember that for sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Yeah, you should, it makes sense, sort of, because the dreams, some dreams seem really, really big. But if you change your mind, you can change little things here and there. But yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
if you change your mind about the president, you know, because the president do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
The leadership in this country is going to do what he's going to do. The universe, someone a guy, a guru type said this once. He said, the universe is set up like a democracy. You have a vote. You,
Wow.
you don't think anyone has more power than that. You have a vote in this universe. That's about it. So he was saying, don't think it's too powerful. Get through your day, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and you're spiritually in charge of your own little life, and that's cool. But you're not gonna change the whole planet, and I'm gonna try to.
Well,
You have a vote, and your vote will help change your life. And you change from where you are, but you're not gonna, that was he wouldn't be on activism. So you have a vote in the universe, and everyone has a vote, and everyone has a vote for their own little lives, and everything will change from the ground up.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. And I think it's well, because the world we make is the world that we choose to see. So um yeah.
And
And
if everyone has a vote, and some people try to grab your vote, that's the problem.
yeah, yeah.
Some people vote twice or three times. Three
I
times,
don't
four
think
times,
so.
seven, and you vote. Where's my vote? Where's my vote? And then you don't vote at all. So that's part of the issue, I guess.
Well,
But
you're
everyone's
filling
really,
it.
really, everyone's already voted, really. So it's okay. Everyone's voted, so it's already over. It's all been said and done. So it'll work out. It
It
all
always
works out
does.
in the end, right? It all works out in the end.
Yeah, always does.
Yeah.
That's how we got here.
It all works out. So last one, so the 80-20 rule was not the book, it's something different. Out of 100% pleasure, you put 100% effort into getting pleasure, you get back about 20% on your output. 20% is pleasure, 80% is just pure effort, no pleasure, no
Yes.
pleasure return. So he says, so what does that mean when you put 80% of pure effort with no pleasure? What does that mean? He goes, it's called giving. He goes,
Wow.
so 80% of the time you're giving, pure sharing, because you get nothing in return, simply no pleasure at all. And 20% of the time you get pleasure, but that's because you're pure taking. There's no giving at all. Just pleasure. So really, when you're not getting any pleasure in return, that's when you're getting the most pleasure, really.
That's right.
And when you're getting 20% of the time, you're getting no pleasure, really, but it's only temporary.
That's it. That's
So,
it.
so you better off getting long-term pleasure, which is when you seem to be getting no material pleasure. And also, one more, 80% of the country or the world is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
80% of us are pretty cool. We're giving people. So we work and work and work. 80% of us work and work and work, and you give. Because we're not getting pleasure 80% of the time, or 80% of us are not getting pleasure out of it. 20% of us are, 20% of the time we are, 80% of the time we're not. Look at it that way. So 80% of the time we're giving and giving and giving, not getting anything out of it. So we get money, but no pleasure.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's up to us to make the pleasure, to
Exactly.
be joyful about what we're doing.
But we're realizing that giving is receiving.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
give.
That's it.
Once
That's
you
it.
realize that, yeah, once you realize that, then you can give and you can give and you can give and you can give without trying to get material pleasure. That will be added onto you if you go for the giving.
That's right.
You really have to have it to give. You have to
Yep,
have it to give.
exactly.
If you don't have it, how can you give it?
That's right. If you're not grateful for it, how do you know you have it?
Exactly.
So you got
Yeah,
to be grateful for it.
yeah, you have to. Yeah, well, you have to. Yeah, well, you should be naturally grateful for it.
Yeah.
You walk around. Yeah, yeah. You want some happiness? I got it for you. Damn it.
Just be happy.
Yeah, just be happy, darn it.
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry.
The
Be
score
happy.
that was it Chevy Chase, where he took them all to the vacation. Remember vacation?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
We're having fun, damn it!
that's right.
He was yelling in the front seat. We're not having fun. He was yelling top of his lungs. It was hilarious.
Even if it kills me.
Yeah,
Even,
exactly.
yeah, that was, a sure example of total idiocy. So, all
Yeah.
right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this and we'll listen to a little bit more. We've got
Okay.
6 more minutes left.
Okay.
If you saw clearly the results that follow each choice, would choosing be difficult? If all the choices you have made have brought you sorrow, would you not want to choose again and choose differently? Forgiveness is the choice that must be made if you would be happy. A mind devoted to holding grievances is choosing conflict and attack as its constant state. With fear as your chosen partner, happiness will not be found. Happiness is part of joy, and joy without love is impossible. The belief in guilt is the denial of love, for fear is guilt's constant companion, and where fear is, love is not. The choice for love is the choice for forgiveness. Forgiveness overlooks all so-called sins that were never committed but in dreams. All dreams are dispelled by the gentle remedy it brings, and the world of illusion, enfolded in the gentle embrace of forgiveness, is quietly brought to an end, allowing truth to return and take you home. Happiness. Whenever you are feeling less than happy, you have chosen wrongly. Happiness is what you are, an aspect of what is true. To be yourself truly, to be the capital S self, is to be happy and in a state of peace. Nothing and no one can disturb that peace or take your happiness away unless you so choose. To choose the ego as your guide is to decide against happiness, for it knows nothing of happiness. The ego is based on fear, having arisen as a fearful response. To identify with the ego is to continue that dependence on fear, and though you may seek happiness through various things and activities, it will elude you, for it cannot be found without. Happiness arises from within for no reason. Being independent of appearances and conditions that constantly change. When you realize the self, awaken to and as the self, you find a happiness that is unshakable, that will never leave you, for it is forever a part of you. To seek happiness is to seek the self, but you must not waste time looking for it where it is not. Happiness, like all of truth, cannot be found in the things of this world, for it is not here. Seek though you may, nothing of value can be found in a place of constantly changing conditions, marked by guilt, sin, and separation. You cannot find what is part of what you are, while you identify with what you are not.
Lynn?
Yeah.
One thing I want to say, one last thing I want to say, one quote. Go up to the one before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you just do one? Wait, go up to the one before this. Just go up to it.
Okay, hang on just a sec. It's easy to do it that way.
All right, all right. It's here. Happiness arises from within for no reason. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
And one little quote says it all. No
that's it.
reason. There's no reason whatsoever. That's what happiness is. When you get rid of all the reasons and all the forms and all the projections and reasons for happiness, and instead just extend for no reason whatsoever. Just so you allow yourself to be happy because you are happiness. It's your nature. Just allow it to be there for no reason. No reason you give it. And let God give the reason, which is from our point of view, meaninglessness. And that's where happiness is.
Yep.
We
Yep.
also, we also, if we don't, we let other reasons go, our default will be depression, misery. Well, if I don't do anything and I sit there, my default will be, I'll be depressed. If you let all the reasons go, your default is happiness,
Yeah.
is joy, is pleasure. And no one realizes that. No one does, but people tend not to realize that. And they fall in the idea that the default is not, is misery or
Yeah.
boredom, extreme boredom, or monotony. It's not.
Yeah.
It's,
Because
it's,
otherwise you're thinking about the future or the past and just
yeah.
not being here in the now.
It's also meant me moved by the Spirit into the future,
Yeah.
guided by the past, by the Spirit. And so then it becomes like a dream, and you're constantly aware that you're dreaming, but the dream still moves you. And then it's kind of like you're floating on the ocean on a raft.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not using your arms to pedal. You're relaxing on the sun on the raft. You know, all you gotta do is just gently move the water so you're guiding yourself. But it's the ocean that's in charge of how you paddle. You know what I mean? The
That's
ocean,
right.
the spirit. You're not in charge. You don't tell the ocean what to do. You know,
Nope.
so the ocean guides you gently. If you get mad at the ocean, you're in problems. You know, and that's
You have what
really
you need always.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
Thank
think
you.
we're pretty well there.
Hey,
So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Whoever was here on the radio, and in Pal Talk. Yeah, that's what I meant by that. I said the radio Pal Talk. And listening on YouTube. And I'll be back next Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern, and reading the same book from the
all
Christ
right.
Mind, which is I guess you can go to the offshoot of ACIM. That's not good. An
Very
offshoot.
much so.
An
Yeah.
offshoot. All right. So until then, everyone, thank you, Lynn. Your pleasure as always.
Thank you, Wayne. I love you, brother.